Match number 1, Mexico versus South Africa, date 12th June 2026, time 1 a.m. Match 2, South Africa versus Czech Republic, date 12 June 2026, time 8 a.m. Match 3, Canada versus Bosnia, date 13 June 2026, time 1 a.m. Match 4, USA versus Paraguay, date 13 June 2026, time 7 a.m. Match 5, Qatar versus Switzerland, date 14 June 2026, time 1 a.m. Match number 6, Brazil versus Morocco, date 12 June 2026, time 4 a.m. Match 7, Haiti versus Scotland, date 14 June 2026, time 7 a.m. Match 8, Australia versus Turkey, date 14 June 2026, time 10 a.m. Match 9, Germany versus Curacao, date 14 June 2026, time 11 p.m. Match 10, Netherlands versus Japan, date 15 June 2026, time 2 a.m. Match 11, Ivory Coast versus Ecuador, date 15 June 2026, time 5 a.m. Match 12, Sweden versus Tunisia, date 15 June 2026, time 8 a.m. Match 13, Spain versus Cape Verde, date 15 June 2026, time 10 p.m. Match 14, Belgium versus Egypt, date 16 June 2026, time 1 a.m. Match 15, Saudi Arabia versus Uruguay, date 16 June 2026, time 4 a.m. Match 16, Iran versus New Zealand, date 16 June 2026, time 7 a.m. Match 17, France versus Senegal, date 17 June 2026, time 1 a.m. Match 18, Iraq versus Norway, date 17 June 2026, time 4 a.m. Match 19, Argentina versus Algeria, date 17 June 2026, time 7 a.m. Match 20, Austria versus Jordan, date 17 June 2026, time 10 a.m. Match 21, Portugal versus DR Congo, date 17 June 2026, time 11 p.m. Match 22, England versus Croatia, date 18 June 2026, time 2 a.m. Match 23, Ghana versus Panama, date 18 June 2026, time 5 a.m. Match 24, Uzbekistan versus Colombia, date 18 June 2026, time 8 a.m. Match 25, South Africa versus Czech Republic, date 18 June 2026, time 11 p.m. Match 26, Switzerland versus Bosnia, date 19 June 2026, time 1 a.m. Match number 27, Canada versus Qatar, date 19th June 2026, time 4 a.m. Match 28, Mexico versus South Africa, date 19 June 2026, time 7 a.m. Match number 29, USA versus Australia, date 20 June 2026, time 1 a.m. Match 30, Scotland versus Morocco, date 20th June 2026, time 4 a.m. Match 31, Brazil versus Haiti, date 20th June 2026, time 6:30 a.m. Match 32, Turkey versus Paraguay, date 20th June 2026, time 9 a.m. Match 33, Netherlands versus Sweden, date 20th June 2026, time 11 p.m. Match 34, Germany versus Ivory Coast, date 21 June 2026, time 2 a.m. Match 35, Ecuador vs. Curacao, date 21 June 2026, time 6 a.m. Match 37, Tunisia vs. Japan, date 21 June 2026, time 10 a.m. Match 38, Spain vs. Saudi Arabia, date 21 June 2026, time 10 p.m. Match 39, Belgium vs. Iran, date 22 June 2026, time 1 a.m. Match 40, Uruguay vs. Cape Verde, date 22 June 2026, time 4 a.m. Match 41, New Zealand vs. Egypt, date 22 June 2026, time 7 a.m. Match 42, Argentina vs. Austria, date 22 June 2026, time 11 p.m. Match 43, France vs. Iraq, date 23rd June 2026, time 3 a.m. Match 44, Norway vs. Senegal, date 23 June 2026, time 6 a.m. Match 45, Jordan vs. Algeria, date 23 June 2026, time 9 a.m. Match 46, Portugal vs. Uzbekistan, date 23 June 2026, time 11 p.m. Match 47, England vs. Ghana, date 24 June 2026, time 2 a.m. Match 48, Panama vs. Croatia, date 24 June 2026, time 5 a.m. Match 49, Colombia vs. DR Congo, date 24th June 2026, time 8 a.m. Match 50, Switzerland vs. Canada, date 25th June 2026, time 1 a.m. Match 51, Bosnia vs. Qatar, date 25th June 2026, time 1 a.m. Match 52, Morocco vs. Haiti, date 25th June 2026, time 4 a.m. Match 53, Brazil vs. Scotland, date 25th June 2026, time 4. Match 54, South Korea vs. South Africa, date 25th June 2026, time 7 a.m. Match 55, Mexico vs. Czech Republic, date 25th June 2026, time 7 a.m. Match 56, Ivory Coast vs. Curacao, date 26 June 2026, time 2 a.m. Match 57, Germany vs. Ecuador, date 26 June 2026, time 2 a.m. Match 58, Netherlands vs. Tunisia, date 26 June 2026, time 5 a.m. Match 59, Japan vs. Sweden, date 26 June 2026, time 5 a.m. Match 60, Australia vs. Paraguay, date 26 June 2026, time 8 a.m. Match 61, Norway vs. France, date 27 June 2026, time 1 a.m. Match 62, Senegal vs. Iraq, date 27 June 2026, time 1 a.m. Match 63, Cape Verde vs. Saudi Arabia, date 27 June 2026, time 6 a.m. Match 64, Spain vs. Uruguay, date 27 June 2026, time 6 a.m. Match 65, New Zealand vs. Belgium, date 27th June 2026, time 9 a.m. Match 66, Egypt vs. Iran, date 27th June 2026, time 9 a.m. Match 67, Panama vs. England, date 28 June 2026, time 3 a.m. Match 68, Croatia vs. Ghana, date 28 June 2026, time 3 a.m. Match 69, Colombia vs. Portugal, date 28 June 2026, time 5:30 a.m. Match 70, Uzbekistan versus DR Congo, date 28 June 2026, time 5:30 a.m. Match 71, Algeria versus Austria, date 28 June 2026, time 8 a.m. Match 72, Jordan versus Argentina, date 28 June 2026, time 8 a.m.